Lab tests. The lab test screen displays two sections, the imported lab files and lab results that have been entered into the system. The default display of lab results is to show the last 18 months. Abnormal lab results are easily identified by a red flag. Results can be entered manually, or there is also an option to have an external lab interface set up with your lab provider, such as LabCorp. Users must contact HealthyState or your value-added reseller to establish this interface. The lab results entry screen can be accessed from two areas, the lab tests link on the left navigation menu, and from the laboratory results section of an eNote if it has been included in the selected eNote template. Although certain individual lab results can be accessed from the prevention and registry screens, this module will focus on entering lab results from the lab test link found on the left navigation menu. Upon accessing the lab test screen, you'll see two subsections displayed, the imported lab files section and the lab results section. The imported lab files section allows a user to view and print patient-related lab files that have been imported into the system. Users can easily see the number of lab files imported into the system for this patient, as well as the total number of imported files, regardless of the file type. For example, this patient summary shows that there are two imported files, one of which is a lab file. Clicking on the refresh link will update the file types as necessary. To view or import a file into the system, click the View Import Files link. Once clicked, a pop-up window will open to show only the files that are related to lab tests. You can upload a new file into the imported files by clicking the Upload File button. Once the Upload File entry page pops up, choose the file by clicking on the Browse and enter the other fields as needed. It is important to carefully select the document type so that the file will show under the appropriate sections within the HES system. For example, the user is uploading a lab test report, so the document type will be Laboratory Report. Finally, click the Upload button. At this point, the file will be uploaded and viewable from the patient's chart. The second section, the Laboratory Results section, allows a user to view and print lab results, search for lab results that have been previously entered, enter new lab results, or edit lab results. To view or edit a specific lab result, click on the pencil icon shown on the left side of the test result row. The details of the entered result will pop up in a new window. From this window, a user can edit the previously entered result if it has not yet been marked as reviewed, or can amend reviewed results by clicking on the Amend Result button and following the same steps for editing a result. Entering a new lab result is done by clicking the Add Laboratory Result link. This will bring up a search page. Simply enter a word from the test name, then click the search button. This will return a list of labs containing that word. Click on the name of the desired test and enter the appropriate data into the displayed fields. Note that this result entry page is the same as the Edit Result page. Also note that the date and result fields require data entry as indicated by the red asterisk. If the unit of measure is known, it can be entered manually into the text box or selected from the available links for common units of measure. For abnormal results, you can check the box for abnormal. This allows the system to show the red flag for abnormal results. There's also space to add a comment if desired. Next, you choose the ordering provider by clicking on the drop-down or by searching for a provider. We will search for and choose Dr. Hayden Martin as the ordering provider by clicking the search link, entering the provider's last name, and clicking the desired provider's name. Finally, to update the review status, choose the option that's appropriate. The default review status is Pending Review by Ordering Provider. You can also select Reviewed by Me, Reviewed by another user, or Review Not Necessary. In this example, we'll let the status stay as Pending Review. Now the lab result is ready to be saved into the system. Click the Save button if no other lab results are being entered, or click Save and Add Another to enter additional lab results. Click Cancel if you don't want to save this action. A user can search for lab results within a specific date range by clicking on the Search for Labs by Date. This will pop up a new window that allows you to narrow the list of lab results to a specified date range and clicking on Get Labs. To print lab results, you can click on the Print Labs link. You'll get a new window that displays a list of lab results that have been entered into the system. Here you can select the results to be printed and indicate if comments should be included. Click the Printable View button to get a print preview of the results that have been selected. You're now ready to print the selected results by clicking the Print button. The Laboratory Results section looks slightly different when accessed via an eNote template. Here we've selected an eNote that has the Laboratory Results section included, and you can see two important differences. First, the eNote section allows you to choose whether or not to show laboratory results that have already been reviewed for this patient. This section also allows you to annotate in that day's encounter documentation whether or not you have reviewed a result. By clicking on the Add to Reviewed Labs link, you can quickly annotate that review as part of your documentation. All other functionality of the lab results section is the same as if accessed via the left-hand navigation.